just talk about the start of a new season and the exhibition game against Minnesota State.
Yeah, really excited to get the season underway. We've had a great training camp with our limited time with the guys, but got a lot of things in and accomplished already. And you can tell this time of year, guys are excited to play somebody else and to get the season rolling. And for me personally, just really been impressed with the group. Really good group of players working extremely hard, and really excited to watch them play an exhibition game here on Saturday.
How's an exhibition game different from a regular season game, or is it different?
I think with the change of rules when we're allowed to play another NCAA opponent now, I think it's a really big advantage to face a quality opponent like Mankato right off the bat, to get some really good feedback. I think that's what we talked to our group about, is there's an opportunity to give us some feedback on where we're at, how we're doing. And so to have a good opponent like Mankato right off the bat is great. And it's also an opportunity to play everybody. And, we'll dress everybody for the game, which you're not allowed to do during the regular season. So it gives an opportunity for guys to showcase their abilities and for us to evaluate the players and help us prepare for the starting of the season the following weekend.
I know the preseason rankings are just that, but I mean, what did you think of it after finishing third last year, being a bit lower than that in the preseason poll?
Yeah, that's just somebody's opinion, and I think you just have to just focus on yourself. I think that's one thing we talked to our group about. Just make sure we keep that focus internal and worry about ourselves, worry about what we're capable of doing, how are we getting better day in and day out, and that's all you can control. So just keep our focus internal, make sure we're doing everything we can to be the best team we can, and I'm confident this group will surprise some people as the season progresses.
What's the excitement level for you, or what's the feeling as you start to get acclimated with your team and get into some meaningful hockey soon?
I was saying it last night. I think this is one of the most excited seasons I am to start the season. I think sometimes as a coach, the season is your busiest time, and I think a little bit the opposite now. I'm excited to get into the rhythm of playing games and just getting some real feedback on how we're playing. And it's an exciting group to coach. It's probably been one of the best groups I've had for coachability and culture and team unity, and all those different things are really gelling together this year. And it's a special group, and those are guys you want to coach, and those are guys you want to play games with.
So many of these players that are new have already talked about what the culture inside this locker room is like, and just being accepted from so many of the players formerly. As a head coach, what does that make you feel for the culture that you've established here, and just knowing that the new players are so welcomed already?
Yeah, I think it's special. I think anytime you get a chance we did a radio show last night, and just to hear the players talk, it brings a smile to your face to hear them, how they talk about the program and the culture and treating each other, and that's something you take a lot of pride in as a head coach. And so to see how well it's perceived inside the locker room, and again, the players are a huge part of that. We have an exceptional leadership group here, and guys that I think come here want to experience that, and they love that stuff. And I think good people like good people, and high achievers like high achievers, and I think that's kind of the culture we've formed here and continue to work on. But it's special to hear it from the players' point of view for sure.
Coach, you can see some of your combinations develop back on the blue line and on the forward lines, but is that a work in progress that just kind of keeps going a while, certainly through this exhibition? Who are some of the guys you like putting together?
Yeah, just recently we've kind of tried to get some line combinations going a little bit to give the guys a little chance at some chemistry before the play, but especially early in training camp, we wanted kind of everybody to play with everybody to learn everything. We had everybody doing power play, everybody doing penalty kill, just to try to make sure we're teaching everybody an opportunity to learn a specialty or to play with certain guys. But as you progress to that season, now we kind of want to narrow our focus a little bit more and look for some chemistry amongst the lines to help those guys perform well when it matters the most. So we're slowly kind of trying to see where guys are going to fit, but as you know, it's an ever-changing thing, and we told guys yesterday, don't get worried about too much where you are right now. Don't get into the comparison game. Just focus on getting better. So I'm sure things will change as we move forward here, but we're definitely trying to kind of see some chemistry at this current point.
8 newcomers, but more of them are transfers. What do they bring to the group this year?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think just kind of adding some pieces, maybe a little bit older, a little bit bigger guys with Zach Erdl and Jesse Lansdale and Dom Vidoli and Noah Ellis, and then a net with Seth Isley. So nice to add a little bit of experience there, and guys we previously recruited a little bit as well too. A couple of those guys we were after in the original recruiting process that chose other schools, and so to add them now kind of a second time around to get a chance to work with them is exciting. And I think to your point earlier, they fit in well with the team, and really understanding the culture and are not here to change it, but here to enhance it. And I think when they have that mentality, good things happen.
What do you know about Mankato, Coach? They have a new coach this season,
Yeah.
more Mike Hastings.
Yeah, I know their coach, Luke Strand. He's done a good job at the USHL level, and obviously was at Ohio State before. So probably won't spend a ton of time pre-scouting them, just with it being an exhibition game and being a new staff. So I spoke to him the other day. I think looking forward to a good, hard game and help both our teams prepare for the start of the regular season.
How do you think it'll be starting on the road for the season instead of at home at Baxter?
I'm looking forward to it, especially with our heavy home schedule coming up here following that. I think to get on the road and get a chance to kind of just experience a road game and, not as much pressure as playing at home in front of the crowd and let those guys kind of get their feet wet for this season's team. I think it's going to be an advantage to be in a good opponent on the road, especially early.
How does the success of last season, but then how it ended, kind of motivate this team this year?
Yeah, I think you can look at it two ways. I think sometimes when you obviously you never want to lose that last game of the season, so it's definitely motivation to the season. But also, hey, this is a new season as well, and this is the one time we'll get an opportunity to be this team for this year. And so I think really our guys are kind of really focused on today and what today can bring for us and how we get better today. And this is its own team, and we'll kind of write our own destiny. So really looking forward to just kind of starting a new season here, and but we do definitely have some high goals for ourselves to achieve.
As a former Maverick defenseman, how difficult would it be, do you think, to crack that current defense core? You got a lot of good ones, a lot of players in that rotation. Is that a strength from the net out with this team, do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think a lot of very similar players too, right? So I think it's going to be a competitive environment back there, for ice time and for playing time, which is a good thing. And I think everybody has some, different qualities to their game. So it's going to be fun to watch, just who kind of keeps progressing in their play and their development and who ultimately maybe ends up earning, that top playing time. But also, I think they've been really helping each other get better by that internal competition. So there's going to be lots of moving parts, but I think it's going to be one of our strengths this year for sure.
Along those lines, in terms of competition playing time, you are able to dress everybody on Saturday night. Is there a plan going into a rotation? Do you sit some guys out a period? Do you dress the full bench and just kind of let them go, play it by feel? What's the thought there?
Yeah, that's something that we've done in the past, where maybe we remove a line after a period or two and let some other guys play. I think right now we got a couple injuries actually right now, so that usually happens in hockey. So it might actually just be okay for we might not have a ton of extra body, so we might be able to just kind of keep everybody dressed that's healthy and keep that lineup throughout the whole game here. So I definitely think you want to get everybody, you want to get your returners guys their feet wet so they feel comfortable going into the season, but you also want to give maybe guys that won't see as much ice time during the regular season some chance to show themselves and get some college experience as well. So we'll see how the game goes, but the plan is to get everybody in there and hopefully get everybody some good minutes and get a chance to evaluate and also give them some good experience.
Might be getting ahead of ourselves, Coach, but it came out yesterday. You're going to start next year in Las Vegas. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's great. We're playing a tournament this year in Phoenix. I think next year we got a tournament in Vegas. We got another announcement that's going to come out. I don't know when, but we got another tournament scheduled for next year to another hot destination. So I think anytime you get to go on those big profile tournaments on the road, I think it's great for not only the players but lots of fans I think are excited to travel as well. So I think it's going to be a good thing for the team and for the fans and for the program to get some exposure at some of those big tournaments too. So I know we've worked hard to try to get into some of those kind of high profile tournaments, and it's fun to be a part of one, if not two, next season for sure.
Can that be a rehearsal for the NCAA tournament where you have to turn over fast? You're playing somebody one night and suddenly you got to turn things around quickly and be ready for that next opponent. Is this kind of a good rehearsal when you get in those tournaments during the regular season?
That's a great point, Terry. I think those are fun to play, and I know even just last year, just playing in the Maverick Cup for the exhibition team, the guys liked it. It's a little bit of something's on the line at the end of the day, and you don't get to do that a ton during the season. So I think anytime you get a chance to play in tournament play, it's good for your group. So the guys I know will be looking forward to that opportunity to win something is always fun for competitive people. Awesome. Okay, thanks guys.